Samsung Galaxy Next is already getting carrier and release date information. HTC plans another event on November 3rd. And don't get your hopes up because the Nexus 1 won't get ice cream sandwich. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime Rivera with PocketNow.com and welcome to Android Revolution, the show where we go through what's hot and what's not inside the world of Google's Android project. Let's start this week off with what's hot. Well, now that we have ice cream sandwich and a phone, let's begin going through what to expect. First of all, Verizon has already launched their sign-up page for the Samsung Galaxy Nexus to launch on November 10th. At first, the sign was saying exclusive, but eventually they ended up pulling the exclusive word from it, which is all good news for us. The phone seems to be scheduled to be launched in the UK on November 17th, so have your wallets prepared. Motorola just made a bold bet in telling everybody that they'll be getting ice cream sandwich on their Motorola devices just 6 weeks after Google releases ice cream sandwich. So what else could we expect? I mean, Google just bought Motorola. I mean, that's what was expected. HTC has just sent out invitations for a November 3rd event where many of us are speculating that they'll be releasing their recently leaked HTC Resound. Now, HTC really needs to work on those names, probably bring some numbers because they're kind of getting weird and funny at the same time. Now, HTC better get their act together by bringing something that's really groundbreaking or else, well, their device will be dated because of the Galaxy Nexus that will be released in a couple of days. So, let's see what they come up with. Out of the smartphone releases for the week, Motorola Droid Razr pre-orders have begun and we could expect the device to be released to everybody by November 10th. Now, sadly, as we mentioned earlier, this device has already been dated just a couple of days after it was launched because the Galaxy Nexus pretty much left it obsolete with all its specs. So again, it's your call if you want to get yourself a Razr or not. T-Mobile has also announced their Samsung Exhibit 2 4G, where everybody's calling their phones 4G. This is the equivalent to the Samsung Galaxy W that we talked earlier. It brings mid-range specs, though what's amazing is they could actually pick up the phone for $30 after a $50 mail-in rebate and a 2-year contract, or actually pay just $200 for the phone unlocked. And that's pretty much it, which is not bad for a 4G phone. Samsung has also made their monstrous Galaxy Note available on November 1st for Germany, and in November 2nd for the UK. Now, it should be a matter of time before we get to see that beauty on our shores, but again, not really sure if you want that big phone unless you really want a stylus, so leave us a comment down below to tell us if you're really interested or not. And yeah, Samsung, and Samsung. There are more Samsung phones being released. Now we have the mid-range Transform being available for Sprint, which brings this QWERTY device. Mid-range specs not really something compelling, but it's coming for Sprint now. So again, if you're really in need for a QWERTY device that not really hits your wallet, well, this is a really good option. Out of this week's leaks, we have the Motorola Droid 4 making its first photo appearance, though. It looks like a Droid just about in every way, but again, it has some changes in design, looking like a Razr with a keyboard, so that could be interesting. We recently also got some videos on the LG Switch smartphone concept, which brings 2 screens, one on each side, so kind of interesting to see. A lot of people were actually crazy when the iPhone 4S came out because obviously you have glass on glass, and obviously the glass on the other side does a really good job at breaking. So not really sure if this is a novelty or a good idea, so leave us a comment down below because apparently the idea here is that you could actually multitask within each screen, though imagine flipping your phone all around and other people being able to see what you're watching or the other things that you're not really supposed to be seeing. Not really sure that's a good idea. And finally, we get images of the LG product K2 that everybody's expecting. Really great design, really stunning device, though sadly we don't get any specs aside from the 4.3 Nova display that everybody already knew about. So let's hope that thing comes to our shores and wallets soon. Out of our week's coverage, make sure you watch Brandon's recent video on how to get Android ice cream sandwich running on your Google Nexus S. So far, it runs flawlessly, so it is a good idea to port it to your device. Dickie's also finishing his round of videos on the HTC Flyer, which proves to be cool, though sadly a little dated. And also, make sure you catch Joe Levi's recent articles on what ice cream sandwich means to Android, because it definitely brings a lot of changes that many of us were really expecting over time. And also why the Galaxy Nexus will make his next device. Really good points on why. So make sure to read up and tell us all about it and what you think about the Galaxy Nexus in the comments down below. Well, that does it for What's Hot. Let's continue on with What's Not. And, well, the biggest debate now is who will be getting ice cream sandwich on their smartphones. And let's bring some sad news because, for one, I'm disappointed about the fact that my Google Nexus 1 is not going to be getting ice cream sandwich. You'd wonder, I mean, Google is really the one that's supposed to be pushing their updates to all their phones. The Google Nexus 1 is barely out, not even 2 years recently. I mean, the iPhone 3GS even got iOS 5, which is dated in smartphone specs and everything. So what's the excuse about not getting ice cream sandwich on the Google Nexus 1 if the Nexus S is pretty much almost the same device? I really don't know what to expect, but sadly, Google, I mean, you're really disappointing. Imagine, if Google's not really doing a good job in porting their OS to all their smartphones, what can we expect about other manufacturers like Xiaomi or HTC? Sad news and bad job, Google. That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now.